Welcome to level 3 of the Spartan 300 workout. By this time, you should be able to do chin-ups fairly easily. Now it's time to go to the more difficult pull-up. Thumb outside the shoulder. Hands shoulder width apart. Keeping tension in the lats, the shoulders packed. I'm going to use a thumbless grip. The thing that usually gives out with the pull-up is always the hands. I'm going to pull my throat forward to the bar to engage my rear shoulder blades. Exhale with the effort. Full pull-ups. Now, if at this point you're not quite able to do the pull-up as efficiently as the chin-up, it's certainly all right to do chin-ups after you've exhausted your pull-ups. You can mix and match between the intermediate exercises and this advanced series that I'm about to show you. The second workout in the advanced series is called the twisting push-up. Some people refer to it as the half moon push-up. My chest traces a half circle from one hand to the other. I start in the down dog position, feet touching. I bend my knees and twist. Notice that the temptation is to bend the arm. Arm stays straight. My ear hugs my shoulder. Now, I completely extend my body, trace a half circle, and back to the other side. Exhale. Points to remember. You want to twist the body as far as you can. It's like wringing out the spine. This is a whole body exercise, every muscle in the upper torso. It makes the perfect pair to the pull-ups, which also work every muscle in their upper body torso. The pull-ups have major emphasis on lats and biceps, forearm, and grip. This has major emphasis on shoulder, chest, lats, and all my core. I'm going to show the exercise again because this is a very difficult exercise and it's important that you get it right. Hands shoulder width apart. Outside the shoulder, even with the little finger. Thumbs face each other, middle finger straight ahead. The elbows do not flare, but they stay packed. Notice that when I screw the elbows in, my lats immediately engage. This is what keeps my shoulders from being injured during the exercise. Downward facing dog, feet together. I bend, I twist. Notice I don't let the knees flare. Knees together, elbows straight. As I push myself forward, my chest traces a half a circle till I'm actually in a chaturanga or yoga push-up position. I continue to trace to the other side. And now I bend. Chest traces. Truly one of the most difficult but beneficial push-ups you will ever master. In the 300 Spartan series, the ultimate lower body exercise is the single leg squat. You did deck squats with both legs in the last series, the intermediate. Now it's prepared you for this exercise. Alternating single leg deck squats. Things to look for. As I sit back, legs straight, knee over the index toe. Use your hands to help cushion the fall. Foot touches. I don't do a shoulder stand as I did in the regular deck squat. I exhale as I come forward. It's okay in the beginning to use the hands a little bit if you need to help push and stand. As a matter of fact, as you begin to tire in this exercise, give yourself the boost. As I come up, I hop and change legs. I sit back, use the hands if necessary, and change legs. The ultimate lower body exercise and heart and lung builder, the alternating single leg deck squat. The fourth movement in the advanced series is the V sit-up. It's the sister movement to the one-legged squat. Start in the supine position. You're going to exhale and reach for the toes. As you become more flexible, you try to keep the legs straight. In the beginning, it's perfectly permissible to bend the legs slightly. Eventually, work your flexibility and mobility to the point where you can keep the legs straight. As you tire during the exercise, it's certainly permissible to bend the legs slightly. The V sit-up. Our fifth movement in the advanced series of the Spartan 300 is the bodyweight row. The major difference between the advanced row and the intermediate row is how low my shoulders are to the ground. I set my straps so that my body is almost touching the ground. So now the exercise is more difficult. The resistance has in effect changed because I've changed the lever arm. And another way of doing the same thing would be to raise the feet so that the body is only at a slight incline at the apex of the row. This, in effect, is like adding weight to a barbell, making the exercise much more difficult. Points to remember: squeezing the shoulder blades together at the top, keeping the elbows in, and if you notice with the straps, I can rotate the hands. If you're using a straight bar, you don't have that luxury. Certainly good if you can get yourself a little pair of straps, but not necessary. Once again, you can use a broomstick between chairs, a jungle gym, any type of straight, low, horizontal bar. The bodyweight row. In the intermediate series, I introduced you to the dive-through push-up. The major difference between the advanced dive-through and the intermediate is now we reverse the position, similar to a dive bomber push-up. I start in downward facing dog. My hips travel backwards, but the shoulders do not move. I glide between the hands. Now I come back to a chaturanga and I push back. And now there's a leg component where I extend the legs. Tremendous hamstring strengthener. It's a total body movement in that there is much work being done with the legs as with the arms and shoulders. Tremendous cardio conditioner. Certainly, if you only had time to do one exercise, it would be a good choice, the dive-through. I introduced you to the Cossack stretch in the intermediate series. The major difference between the regular Cossack and the one we're about to do is there's a shoulder component. Pretend that you have a bow and arrow. You're going to pull yourself down, almost as if you're pulling back a bow. Turn the heel and drive and change. The Cossack archer, once again, make sure in the low position you keep the foot flat, knee tracked over the index. Now you don't have the luxury of pushing with your elbows anymore because you're utilizing the arms. Turn the foot, involve the hamstring, sit back, and pull yourself up. Very difficult exercise. a total exercise in that strength, endurance, cardio, and flexibility all wrapped up into one. Number 8 in the Spartan 300 series is the scissors with an alternating elbow touch. In the last one we used bent legs. More difficult now is straight leg. One leg 6 inches off the floor, other leg as vertical as you can get. Try to keep the legs as straight as possible. Sit and touch. And glue the elbow and knee. Very important. Keep the elbows, the fingers together. Elbow, touch the kneecap. This is the next advance. Very important to keep the small of the back tight to the floor at all times. Chin tucked. Exhale with the effort. This is the next step in your abdominal evolution towards the six-pack. Exercise number 9 takes the sprinter to a whole new level. Now we're going to do the standing split lunge. Develops dynamic power, explosive power, fast-twitch muscle fiber, and quite a cardio workout. The exercise looks like this. Reverse lunge, change feet. Notice that when I lunge back, the leg is straight, now the knee touches. Front kneecap over the next toe. Arch the back, no forward lean. Very difficult exercise involving all the muscles of the lower extremities. Number 10 is the finisher. What is a finisher? A finisher is an extremely difficult exercise that you throw in at the end of the workout to fully tax your system. This exercise hits every muscle from your toes to your nose. Extremely difficult, takes a lot of athleticism, agility, mobility, level change, all the things required of an athlete. That's called a compound exercise. Let's look at it again. You're already familiar with the deck squat, the first part. Squat, roll back, shoulder stand, exhale, come to the squat. Now, you thrust, almost like a sprawl in wrestling. The part that I'm going to teach you now is the screwing push-up. Right elbow to the floor, roll over the hand. Notice this arm is straight. Roll back to the middle. Chaturanga. Push up. Roll to the left. Back to the middle. Push up. Recover. That constitutes 1 rep. Watch it from the other side. And watch it from the front. Notice that I keep my shoulders pat, elbows in. The deck squat, shoulder stand, screwing push-up. That is your finisher. That is the Spartan 300 workout.